evening, my fellow friends YouTubers. This is Kurt, and welcome back to the Kurt's Place channel here on the YouTube. Well, guys, I'm back out here in my basement arcade for another shoe review for you. Now, this time I'm going to be reviewing my Soviet-Russian officers' boots that I actually have in my boot collection. Now, I want to mention, if you want to go click the subscribe button, feel free to do so. That way you can keep up with all my current videos. If you like what you see, don't forget to smash that like button. And if you have any comments, leave us in the comments section down below. Now, I also want to mention, too, while you're watching the video, on the top right hand side of the screen, there's going to be a little icon. That's going to have additional videos that you can check out as well that I've done reviews on. Other shoes and things I've done reviews on. Now, some of the reviews you're going to see on there, I'm going to have a review for the Doc Martens Gladiator sandals are going to be there. You're going to see a review on the UGG flip-flops. You're also going to see a review on the Daner boots as well. And if you want to check out those videos, just click on the little video window and that'll take you right to the video so you can check those out. In addition, there's also going to be 2 other videos in there as well. Alright, so let me tell you a little bit about these Soviet-Russian officer boots that I have. Now, I'm just going to show you a few features and things that these have, tell you a little bit about them, and show you that these are really, really neat boots that I have in my collection. I wanted to go and show them to you in this video. Now, these are actually a pair of Soviet-Russian officer boots that I actually ordered. These were actually military surplus. I actually ordered online on eBay, and these boots actually came from Yugoslavia. So these came a long way. When I ordered the shipping on these boots, the shipping alone on these boots was almost $40, and it took me over almost 2 months to get these boots because of all the shipping, with the shipping delays and everything else they had, and they came from Yugoslavia. I didn't mind waiting, guys, because I'll tell you, these boots are so neat that I didn't mind waiting at all. I was very glad to wait for them. It actually built up anticipation as well for me when I got these. So now I'll tell you a few things about these boots that are really, really neat. Now these are Soviet officers' boots. Now they're very similar to like my Daners and things, but they're constructed a little bit differently. These actually have calf skin on the top. There's actually calf skins here on the legs here for the actual shafts here. Very, very comfortable and very, very flexible here as well. Now, you're also going to notice, too, that the construction on the boots and everything here is different than American, because these are imported. They construct these differently. These actually came from Yugoslavia, the boots that I actually ordered. And you're going to see they're constructed differently than like my Daners would be. The construction and everything here is different than I'm going to have on my Daners. In addition to that, even the construction and everything on the front and everything is going to be different as well. Very, very unique boots to have too, and even the texture of the leather. If you look at the texture of the leather, it's different than the leather that we have here, and that's another thing that really makes these things cool. It's just the fact that they're so different than what I have now. Now, if I go even on the inside, like where the lining and everything is, you're going to notice that the lining and everything on the inside is also different. It's going to have different type of lining and everything as well too. Now, one thing really neat about these boots is they do have boot straps. What these are used for, when you put these boots on, because these boots fit very tight around your leg, these are much tighter than like my Daners. What you actually use what are called boot straps. These are boot straps here, and what you do is to put these boots on, you actually have what are called, these are actually bootstrap lifters, they call these. And you actually put these in here, you hook these in the hooks here. There's hooks on either end of the boot. There's one here, and then there's one on the left, and there's one on the right. What you do is you actually put these through the boot straps, one on the left, and then what you would do is you would hook one on the right. Okay, it would be just like that. You have one on the left and one on the right. And what you do then is you put your foot in here. And when you have your foot in here, then what you would do is you would actually pull these straps up to actually pull the boot up around your leg. That's why it has these boot straps. That's what these boot straps are for. The little holders that you use to pull these up, the little bootstrap holders that you use to pull these up, you can get these off eBay as well. These little holders as well, I got off eBay as well. These cost about, the bootstrap holders themselves cost about $15, $20. And I got a pretty nice pair here for these boots here. Now, this is the only pair of boots I have so far that I have to use bootstrap lifters on, as on these boots here. Now, let me go and show you something else too about the construction of the bottom of these boots. It's pretty cool. Now you're going to see one thing to keep in mind when you order officers' boots. When you're ordering boots from another country, they don't have these boots in American sizes. These are actually they use a European size. Now I wear a size 13. A size 13 boot for this, it's going to be a size 47 in their country. When you order the boots, you can actually, there's actually a conversion chart. So if you want to know what, like for example, like if you wear a size 12 American shoe, what size is that in European size? There's a converter that you use that will actually tell you what size exactly to get. And you're going to see, that's one of the things when you order these. You want to make sure you use that conversion chart so you can determine which pair will fit you based on the number that it has. Now, if I show you something with the construction here that's really neat too. You're going to notice in the construction here, the boot here, you're going to notice that it actually has, it's almost like there's actually a little nails here that actually hold the boot together. Very neat construction here. Much different than what we have, like, much different to like my Dana construction. These are much different the way they construct this. And you're going to see the nails go all the way through. If you look here, you can see in the light here, the nails go all the way through, all the way to the bottom here on the left and right. Very cool. And even the heel. Even the heel's attached, it looks different. Even the heel is different than what you would find like in America. And that's one thing that really makes these boots neat. It's just the fact that they're really neat. They have really good traction and everything too. Remember, these boots were made because these were officers' boots. These were actually made for military use, so they're very heavy duty. Very heavy duty sole and everything here as well. As you can see in the light here, it's a very heavy sole and everything here as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind with these. They have very heavy soles, which is very good for shock absorption. But the one thing you want to keep in mind is these boots tend to fit your foot tighter than they would like an American boot. And this is another thing when you order these. You want to keep in mind that it is going to be tighter. The foot and everything here is going to be tighter than like an American boot would be just because of the nature of these boots. And you're also going to notice too that the heel and everything, like the footbed, it's much stiffer here than like my Dana boots. So when you flex these, it's a much stiffer boot than like Dana's would be. And that's one of the things that makes these boots unique. It's just the fact that they are constructed differently. And that's one of the reasons why I liked them. Now, comfort-wise, I gotta tell you guys, these boots are extremely comfortable. I'm very happy that I got these boots. They're very comfortable. I haven't had any problem wearing these. As far as wearing them goes, they've been very comfortable. Now, the one thing to keep in mind, like I was saying, you have to remember that when you order boots like these, it is going to take a little longer to get these because of the fact they are imported. And like I said, these came from Yugoslavia. But I got to tell you guys, if you want a pair of boots that really is unique, definitely get a pair of these Soviet Russian officer boots. These are really neat, and I'm very glad that I could have these in my collection. And I wanted to go ahead and show you in the video here what they look like. And you can see the construction in the back, very similar to the way Dana makes their boots. Very similar, you know, where they have a single seam here in the back. Now keep in mind, this is not a zipper. This is a solid seam. It's not a zipper. So that's another reason why you need the bootstraps to be able to pull these on. And you can see the construction in the back and everything is very unique. And you can see it's just a really neat boot, really neat boot overall. So if you get a chance, I highly recommend you get a pair of these. Now, what I'm going to do next in the video is I'm actually going to go ahead and show you what it looks like when I actually wear these boots, so you can see how cool they actually look. Alright guys, I'm going to go and pause the video now. We'll check out what they look like when I'm actually wearing them. Alright guys, let's check it out. Okay guys, now I'm actually going to show you what it'll look like when you're wearing them. Now, one thing I did want to point out, I was able on these boots, I was able to get my leg inside, I was able to get my pants inside the boots. It's a little more difficult than the Danas were because of the fact I had to kind of tuck my pants in to begin with, but I was able to actually get my pants inside the boots. But you can see it's a pretty tight fit there. You can see where my finger is here. It's a pretty tight fit here with your pants and everything in here. And that's another thing too. That's one of the reasons why if you look at my Dana boot review, you'll notice that my Dana boots, I actually ordered my Dana boots with the calves wider. I actually ordered them wider so I could get my pants a little bit easier. You can manage with these boots, and you can see it worked out okay here, and it did all right there. Now remember, I used the bootstraps like I was saying. I used the bootstraps when I pulled these on, and then I actually had these handles, and I was actually using the bootstraps. I was actually able to pull these on, and it worked out just fine. Now, I normally wear this with my pants over the boot like this, and that works out just fine too. Now, I was showing you something here in the video too. The one thing I was going to say is, you can see here how the construction and everything is a little bit different now. Now, what I was saying about these being a little bit stiffer, you're going to notice when you wear these boots that they're going to be quite a bit stiffer here than like regular boots would be. And that's just the nature of these boots. But all in all, guys, I got to tell you, the comfort on these boots is absolutely amazing. Really great stuff. And if you have a chance, I highly recommend you get a pair of these Soviet Russian officer boots. I think you're going to be really happy with them. Now, keep in mind that getting these can be difficult. To get these pair that I had here, it took me almost a year to find a pair of these that I could get that was in my size, in a size 13. I had a hard time finding them, but I did eventually find them on eBay. It just took a little bit, you know, a little bit of effort, but I eventually was able to find a pair. All right, guys, I want to thank you again for tuning in to the Kurt's Place channel here on the YouTube and checking out my review of my Soviet Russian officers' boots. And as always, guys, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you in the next video, guys. Have a great day now. Bye-bye now. We'll see you next time. Take care.